Hey guys, Meteorologist Chris Tomer here on this Tuesday. Let's talk some mountain weather, and it is a big powder day across the west. Look at this camera. This is just beautiful. This is Mount Rose. Big time snow and wind coming down. It's been hammering the High Sierra, this storm system, pretty much all night. And that's going to be the case today as well, with significant snow accumulation across Tahoe, up and down the High Sierra, Shasta, and all the way down to Mammoth. And that's not the only place. Starting to see that energy blow into the interior as well. This is Colorado, so you're looking at Aspen snowmass, and it's coming down sideways, starting to accumulate there, of course. Should be a good day in Colorado, especially the western slope west of Vail with this storm. You're going to get snow east of Vail, but not as much as west. Up in Jackson Hole, it is a powder day, 6 inches of new snow being reported, and snow continues to come down there. Let's go to Alta. A little bit of a break now, but it was snowing earlier, and it will snow pretty much all afternoon into tonight. And certainly, and I think the heaviest batch is yet to come. The biggest surge of orographics come in late tonight into the day tomorrow across a lot of the Wasatch. So really good times ahead there. Let me take you to radar. Show you what it looks like across the west. So our big storm is kind of down in this area, but hammering the High Sierra, pushing energy into the Wasatch, western slope of Colorado, Tetons. You've got energy up here and snow in parts of Montana and also Idaho this morning on radar. Let's do bullet points. Here's what I'm seeing during this forecast period. I should have probably looked at satellite just briefly to give you the big picture. But you can see the spin. There's our area of low pressure. It will continue to plow in to the Central Rockies, and then behind it, we will have additional areas of energy kind of rotating in. On this, where you see the whites, the blues, that's going to be your moisture in the mid-levels on the water vapor. Okay, back to bullet points. Still in this major storm cycle through 223. Many more powder days ahead. Interesting to note in the next 36 hours to 48 hours in Little and Big Cottonwood Canyon, I was taking a close look at some of the snow ratios. I think we're going to go 15 to 1. Maybe at times we'll push 20 to 1. What does that mean? Well, that means that as we bring in colder air and we up the amount of lift across the Wasatch, we're going to start to crank out more snow per given amount of moisture, and so the whole process, in other words, becomes more efficient. Per inch of liquid, we're going to do more with it, and we're going to generate heavier snow. The next time period where we could see a storm system or maybe a smaller storm cycle would be 24 to 27. So we've already been accumulating snow. I think we may have another 80 on the way for Mammoth over the next 15 days. 20 at Vail, snowmass 30, Park City 30, Alta 55 in the next 15 days. Revelstoke, pretty good period ahead for Revelstoke, 28 inches. Here's your specific dates and timeline for Colorado, Tahoe, Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, the Pacific Northwest, and interior BC. I mentioned Revelstoke. I think 225 through about 3-1 is going to be your prime period up there through a lot of interior BC. Now in Utah, it is moderate to heavy today, but flat out heavy tomorrow. And that's where we're going to push those 15 to 20 to 1 ratios in Little and Big Cottonwood Canyon. So plan it out, try to hit it tomorrow or on 219, and you're going to be in good shape. Colorado, 217, heavy, things will pick up. You saw what was going on at Aspen Snowmass, moderate 218, and then a light, and then another heavy on 224 in Colorado. I mean, things have just been so poor as far as the snowpack goes that this is a godsend what we're seeing happen right now with these potentially these storm systems running the gamut all the way through about 225 in Colorado. Let's look at the state of the atmosphere. So this is Wednesday, 218, where you see these brighter colors. Those are your higher than normal pressures. And look at this beautiful trough sitting across the west. This dip in the pattern, this dip in the jet stream, lower than normal pressures. Big low there, another leading low out ahead of it. That is, of course, 218. Here's 220. The whole west is underneath this long wave trough, essentially. Big low digging into the Rockies. This will be a big hit. And another low coming out. That's the forward low. The eastern low. Let's go 225. So looking down the road, this would be the next little storm cycle with a drop in pressure. It's not as deep as what we're looking at right now through about 222, 223, but this will still bring snow and some colder temps to the west. Does AI agree? Well, more so than yesterday. This is AI over here. Here's your operational. Yeah, it still has a trough across the west. It's not as deep. Yeah, but it's there. I mean, there's some agreement for 225. Here's total precipitation over the next 8 days. So this is going to take us all the way through the 24th, early into the 25th. There's definitely bullseyes. High Sierra, Wasatch, Tetons, western slope of Colorado, and to some degree the central parts of Idaho right there, the central mountains. Let's do 10-to-1 snow across the west here. This is an 8-day total. Deep purple's at least 6 inches. Bright pink is going to be at least a foot. And your whites, that's at least 2 feet. And where you see these pinks by the end over the High Sierra, you see the pinks? That's at least 50 inches there. So definite bullseyes from Shasta through Tahoe all the way down to Mammoth. Let's go down to the southwest. Vantage point, total precipitation obviously maxing out over the High Sierra, looking at probably 6 to 7 inches of liquid, and bullseyes western southwest Colorado, good snow over the Snow Bowl of Arizona, Bryan Head all the way up into the Wasatch. Let's do the snow plume. AI snow plume for Berthoud Pass, Colorado, Jackson Hole, Wyoming. This generates about a foot of snow by the close of March 3rd. And then Jackson Hole, this generates about 18 inches by the close of March 3rd in Jackson Hole. So that's your AI snow plume. What's my thinking? Well, here's my forecast, and this runs us today through 224. So totals by the end of 224, the close of 224. Over the Tahoe area, the High Sierra from Shasta all the way down to Mammoth. Again, it's accumulating as we speak. So some of it's already accounted for, but nonetheless, I mean, you're looking at feet, 5-6 feet of accumulation. So no change there from previous days, essentially. We're just continuing that. In the Wasatch, looking at 1 to 2 feet for Snow Basin, Powder Mountain, Park City, Deer Valley, and then 2 to 3 feet. So basically 2 to 3 feet for Little and Big Cottonwood Canyons. And it's not out of the realm of possibilities as we push 15 to 20 to 1 ratios, that there may be places in a couple of pockets around Alta that go over 3 feet. That's absolutely possible. Bryan Head, Snow Bowl, generally 1 to 2 feet, maybe a little bit more. The western slope of Colorado maxes out at generally 1 to 2 feet, maybe a little over 2 feet in the San Juans, close to Wolf Creek, Silverton, Purgatory, and the 14ers embedded within the San Juans, anywhere from 3 to maybe 9 for northern New Mexico. Now, in Colorado, if you were to go Vail east, including Monarch, you're more into that 8 to 16 inch range. So Winter Park, Vail, Copper, Breck, Keystone, Loveland, A Basin, Winter Park, Eldora, you're in that sort of that 8 to 16 inch range. And I've got close to 2 feet up here over the Tetons, looking big, 10 to 20 up here into Idaho, excellent conditions there. And it should be, again, there's that decent stretch through about, I think I said 223 or 24 through March 1st for interior BC, including Revelstoke. So this only goes through 224, but beyond that, these numbers are looking good in my opinion. And generally, it looks like maybe up to a couple of feet there through Timberline, Bachelor, so in the Pacific Northwest. I mean, you can just see it with the color schemes, right? Anywhere you've got that magenta and that bright pink, I mean, you're looking at least a foot. These reds are just maxing out at well over 2 feet. Let's go to the northeast and run total snow accumulation here over the next 8 days. So there's a nice plume here from one clipper. Deep purple's at least 6 inches. Bright pink. Look at the UP up here. Double-digit accumulation. I'll show you the Midwest snow forecast as well. But this is the northeast. This runs through 224. Yeah, there's some double digits. Mount Snow, Snow Ridge at 11. 9 over Jay Peak, 8 at Wachusett. So yeah, that plume delivers some nice snow. Here's the Midwest version of that. 217 through 224, Bohemia, Snow River, Shanty Creek running double digits. 1 or 2 inches up at Mad River, Clear Fork Snow Trails in Ohio, maybe 4 at Snowshoe, and 7 Springs. Peak and Peak does 5. There's your Snow Ridge at 11. All right, guys, we'll end on the big western map here across the west. Enjoy it. We're in it. We are in the major storm cycle with big accumulation continuing, rolling on. Enjoy it. Be safe. Obviously, avalanche avalanche risk is going to go through the roof with this. We're putting big snow on a very old snowpack. Take care. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for tuning in here.